Your support agents aren't the only member of your team that we are thinking about here at Zendesk as we build product. The next section that we want to dive into is sales, talking about the experience that we are creating for your sales reps. So let's go ahead and jump right into all of the releases for Zendesk Cell.
Has this ever happened to you? You reach out to follow up with a lead, only to realize you'd contacted them just 24 hours earlier with a follow-up? You try to close a sale, but can't remember if you sent the contact the proposed SOW? You miss a recurring check-in meeting because your calendar is a series of post-its stuck to your wall, and the monitor, and the back of your chair, and the kitchen cabinets, and the dog? Then you need Zendesk Task Player. With Task Player, you can easily schedule and manage all tasks related to leads, contacts, and deals. The sales pipeline is feeling divine as you never lose track of your progress or relationships. The efficiency of a champion at the tips of your fingers. Just click play to optimize deals faster and optimize your day the Zendesk Task Player way. But wait, there's more! Order within the next 30 minutes and receive your first 14 days of your trial free on us. Tell your incomplete tasks it's time to start the celebration because you're using Zendesk Cell.
I think we just gave everybody a little sneak peek with that infomercial with some of the releases, but to talk about them in more detail, we have Josh Bean from our Zendesk Cell team. Josh, how are you?
I'm doing great, Andrew. Thanks for having me.
Well, Josh, it is great to have you. And before we dive into all the new releases, I just want to share a stat from our recent Zendesk benchmark survey, which found that 40% of sales leaders feel that they need to be more reactive towards customers than just, I think, a year ago. Is that correct?
That's right. Now more than ever, sales teams are sharing the need to be able to meet the needs of all of their prospects and customers, help them with what they need, and really drive them forward. The tolerance for any bad experiences or delays in any type of process is really, really small, and we see teams trying to change that.
Well, Josh, I'd love to hear a little bit more about how we're doing that. Folks, again, got a taste of it and seen somebody sticking sticky notes all over their computer and their dog and everywhere else. But I'd love to hear your perspective on Task Player and how it can help a sales rep keep their day organized.
Yeah, Task Player is something we're really excited about. When you think about your day, you have tons of tasks, and working through them can be really tedious. You might start on one task and then you jump to another task and get distracted in between. Task Player removes all of that. All you have to do is hit play and you're immediately rolled through all of your tasks. Once one task is complete, you're taken to the next one, so there's no time for distractions and it's a great way to just run your day. Another improvement to make reps more productive are the new changes to our task widget. So previously when you were creating a task, the task creation widget blocked out the entire screen, so you couldn't see any of the details around the lead or contact or deal, and this was really hard to create a task. Additionally, we've injected some intelligence into your task widget. So now it knows what your preferences are for how quickly you want a reminder, how long a meeting should be. And when you're creating a new task, it actually suggests who it should be related to. So all of the things that take a couple of seconds here or there are just pulled away and you can focus on creating and completing all of your tasks in Zendesk.
Wow, both of these sound like really great ways to increase a rep's productivity and make sure that they're focusing on the right things throughout the day, also capturing the right information when they do need to follow up with somebody. Josh, why don't we just jump into the product and check out all these updates to tasks?
Absolutely, let's do it. The Task Player in Zendesk Cell is a great way to manage all of your tasks and avoid all of the distractions that happen in between each one of those tasks. I'd like to show you how it works. I'm in Zendesk Cell right now, and I'm going to open up my Tasks tab. And once I open this up, I see a number of different tasks which are overdue or upcoming, and I can go through and handle each of these manually, but I'd prefer to throw them in the Task Player. To do that, I hit play, and all of my tasks will begin to play. First is ensure that the paperwork has been filed. So I'm going to scroll down here. I can see, hey, there's a contract added to my documents. That looks good. So I'm going to hit mark as complete. And as soon as I click this, it will take me to my next task. In this deal, I need to book a qualification call. So I could go to my email. I could send out a template if I'd like to. Once it's sent, this task is done. I can move on to the next one. And as you can see, I'm just shuffled through each of these tasks without any distraction happening in between, and it's an excellent way to just knock everything out without getting distracted anywhere.
All right, Josh. So I think as everybody just saw, it's incredibly easy to use Task Player and for a rep to work through tasks. Huge productivity enhancement for sales reps. The next piece that I want to talk with you about were our releases around enrolling leads for follow-up, or I guess generally just following up with leads or converting leads. I know that we had a lot of releases there. Would you like to touch on those?
That's right, Andrew. As you may know, Zendesk Cell was one of the top 10 most used apps on Zapier last year. And building on that momentum, we've introduced a brand new way to enroll leads into sequences. So if you have a Zap that pulls in, for example, a web form, and then it creates a lead, you can now enroll that lead into a sequence, nurturing them with emails and getting them to reply. So you don't have to go through and manually send all these emails. Zendesk Cell will just do that for you. Additionally, for those that are working with our APIs, we've introduced brand new APIs that will help you with conversion. So now the lead conversion API is available to take those leads once they've replied and done these actions. You can convert them through the API, something that's been a long requested feature, and build any types of integrations and setups or automations that you'd like to. And we're really excited to have that in there.
I think both of these are very powerful updates for a business. Being able to just follow up with leads automatically and also convert them to a paid account is big. I see a lot of small SaaS companies being able to find a lot of value out of this because they might have a whole basket of folks signing up for free trials. They might not have a sales force that's able to keep up with everybody, which is fine. People might be buying on their own, and having it convert in their business systems is a big win.
We're really happy to have this added to the product and can't wait to see how our customers begin to automate their workflows.
So Josh, last thing here is around integration and some of the new integrations with Cell, specifically its integration with support. Do you want to just talk a little bit more about what we're doing there?
This is an area where we've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours trying to think about what is the ideal experience for sales reps and support agents to work together. And we've taken a lot of the work out of getting this set up in your account. So now when you set up a brand new Cell account and you're already a support customer, it will automatically be set up for you. So you click a button to start your trial, the connection will be made, and you just have to specify a few quick settings. Once that's enabled, sales reps will have support context so they can see open tickets, and support agents will see all kinds of sales details. So they'll know if they're talking to someone who's currently in the sales process, who's paying you maybe a ton of money, or just a brand new lead in your pipeline. So they'll have that type of context. And thinking about for a salesperson, because they can see all of that support context, they'll actually know what's been going on. Maybe it's not a good time to reach out about an upgrade if they've got a whole slew of issues they're fighting through. And if they do bring a problem to the sales rep, typically what happens? The sales rep has to go file a ticket on the customer's behalf or send them to a web form. As a customer, it's not a great experience. So we've now brought the functionality into Cell so a sales rep can actually just click a button and create a support ticket for a customer on their behalf, and everything's set up automatically. So some really powerful improvements that really bridge the gap between a sales and support team.
Josh, I think that the visibility that we have created between sales and support reps is a huge productivity enhancement for both teams. I think your example of a sales rep having visibility into ongoing customer issues and how deciding that, hey, maybe it's not a good time to reach out for an upgrade if they're having some issues is a really powerful example. And then for the service rep, having that context, it allows them to personalize the experience with those folks even more than they are already doing today. Josh, the last update here that I want to talk about on the integration front is the CTI toolkit, which is a lot of words for me, a lot of an acronym for me. Would love for you to break that one down for us.
Sure. As you know, Zendesk has some powerful telephony products built in natively. So if you need some simple phone use cases, we've got you covered with that. But there's some cases where you might need a little bit more power. You might need to connect to a third-party telephony provider. And if that's the case, we now have a powerful new toolkit where you can plug in and integrate your systems that you already have in place and connect those with Zendesk Cell. So really expanding the reach of the product to meet the needs that you already have in your business.
Awesome. So just helping sales reps connect with more folks over the phone. I think that's a great use case. Well, Josh, thank you for taking us through everything that's new with Cell, from the ability for reps to work smarter and more effectively with upgrades to tasks, to the lead conversion that you spoke of, and finally with these integration options. It sounds like there's no shortage of great new updates for Zendesk Cell customers.
Much more to come. Thanks for having me, Andrew.
So that wraps up all of the releases for our sales capabilities.